Thog and Inian explore the woodlands of Shinkala, where Zeke figured was the most safe area based on the horrible nightmare cloud descending and, well, consuming damn near everything. I mean, if this was Meadshire, the last place that I'd hide would be the woods, but those woods are also made out of razor wire and felt, so, Thog looks around gripping the foliage. No, I believe if there were any Shinkalan refugees, they would be hiding in these woods, Zeke says, wandering forward with confidence. Yeah, okay, I'm just happy with any path that takes me away from the monsters. Yes, and the refugees would be thinking exactly the same way. Zeke strides with determination. Yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. Huh. Thug stares over at Inian. Yeah, good to see you again, I guess. He struggles as he wanders forward. Yeah, likewise, Sam, the wizard man. I haven't forgiven you for the time you almost fucking killed us. Oh, please, if I wanted to kill you, I would have killed you. Yeah, like that's the first time I fucking heard that. Okay, yeah, good. I'll be Dan and you be the crazy psychopath. Fine. The group wanders further into the trees, the guards exchanging nervous looks behind them.
Are they gonna kill each other?
In front of Zeke stands a figure bathed in blood. You're the Lily Clan leader! Zeke puts a hand on his blade. No longer. I am no longer the leader of the Lily Clan. And my name is no longer Zeke. No. I can taste your spirit on the air! It's you, the spirit of violence! Zeke's eyes flash for a moment. Then you're not looking for Zeke, not the leader of the Lily Clan. You're looking for the motherfucking Power Ripper! He suddenly explodes. Symbolically, in one hand he wields his whip ass, in the other his katana. He has mastered both themselves. I could really not care less, she says, bracing her great sword, prepared to strike. Meanwhile, the final team attempts to secure an escape route for the group. Betty arcs back and forth, knife flashing, cutting the inky spirit in twain. One of them lumps forward in Fury's general direction. She extends one fist from a somewhat flawed horse stance. It touches the middle of the creature and it simply vanishes.
What?
She looks around at the rest of everyone. Okay, well, we need to secure an escape route that connects up to both, she turns over to her right, the woods, and she turns over slightly less to her right, the moon gate. So, I'm going to need anyone able to obliterate larger constructs to help me erase this giant pool of inky blackness. Anyone who can do that should raise their hand. Okay. Leave it to me. She nods and takes a step into the goop. And eat this! My night-ass whip works! 8 supernovas are created. The 9th supernova is inside your heart. Inian repeatedly exchanges fervent glances with Thog. Over the past 5 minutes, they have become very close friends. Desperate allies in this absolutely ridiculous fucking fight. The mysterious blue swordsman has cleaved through many of the conga line guards. However, she has not come away unwounded. She raises her sword again and is swiftly shot by Thog. She grips the bullet wound on her chest, her flesh warbling a little bit. She casts her eyes on Thog, striking immediate, piercing terror into his heart. Zeke regains composure for a second. You've broken the taboo, haven't you? He points. What are you talking about? You've consumed the flesh of a spirit. No shit. You're next, right after this. She reheaves the sword onto her back. She picks up one of the polearms and throws it at Thog, furious. Seeing it coming, Thug kicks the man in front of him out of the way and catches it, spinning it around and slamming it in the ground. Look, I've had a really fucking long day and I'm sick of the bullshit. Leave us the fuck alone. Just go. No, I'm not leaving until I eat that, she says, pointing at the Bowel Ripper. She refocuses her attention almost mindlessly on Zeke in front of her. She charges forward, gripping one of the corpses, using it as a shield. The motherfucking bow ripper recocks his whip ass, but pauses for a moment, seeing the corpse of one of his Lily Clan soldiers. Crazy murdering witch, if you're gonna do something, do it the fuck now! You don't have to shout about it, Inian says, diving to the side. Something crackles between her fingers, something familiar. She arcs her arm down and lobs to Thog, very intimately recognizable magic spell. A very poor facsimile of an eldritch blast hits the swordsman in the lower back, sending her toppling forwards. Inian's fingers smoke. Wow, that was much worse than Marcus's. She stares at Thog. Do not tell him. Paralyzed for a moment, Zeke raises his sword. Thog darts forward in that split second, face beet red, grabbing the swordsman. Wait a second, what the fuck are you gonna do? Something that Ash should have done. He whips her around, runs a few paces over, and tosses her into the river. Panting heavily, he wanders back over. Problem solved. Let's get refugees, he says, rebuttoning his shirt.
Oh my god.
You didn't take any of that damn the wizard man stuff personally, did you? Ian kind of chuckles from behind Thog. Listen, I got a thick skin. I can tolerate a lot. I work with Marcus. But I had the feeling that was gonna take a while. Now it can take all the time it needs at the bottom of the river. I think we should get going. Ian waves back to the Bow Ripper, who quickly diminishes back into the Zeke shape. And at the end of the day, the true spirit of violence was what we had in our hearts all along. You finally reach your destination. The point where this whole fucking journey started through Honorant. The meeting point between the clans.
We're getting closer. Just a little bit more.
It's like you guys don't even have skeleton legs.
We don't have skeleton legs, Vern.
Actually, Ash, we all have skeleton legs.
Well, you know what I mean, Marcus.
Not me.
Actually, Narn, you have exoskeleton legs.
Even better. I like this one.
Don't.
The guard continues to fucking carry Zelvetta.
God, you freaking kids. Piggyback rides.
Oh, come on. I saved your butt earlier.
Yeah, I think we all saved plenty of butts.
Yeah, and I even saved some face as well. Colvin, it's time to stop. Zelvetta says from the guard's back.
I continue forward, pushing aside the flag whapping in the chill wind.
Oh, it whaps.
And step into the clearing.
You notice in front of you a hunched over figure gripping a single great blade.
Horaven?
The hunched over man stirs slightly, gripping the great blade. He slowly draws up to his full height. You notice distortion running along the right side of his body, his flesh becoming a ruddy, pockmarked red.
What happened to you, Horaven?
As if a puppet on strings, he slowly raises his blade.
There's something wrong here. That's not Horaven. I think he's being controlled.
Are you sure? He's fought us before.
Ash, and the rest of you lot, I'm sorry, I can't let you pass. He swings his sword down to the side.
Why, Horaven?
Jin told me what you did.
What did he?
In a moment of trust, you struck at him, causing all of this chaos.
What?
No, Horaven, you've got it wrong. Jin, he's been lying to people. His great plan wasn't all that great to begin with.
He's been lying to everyone.
This is all set to explode at any moment. We're here to stop it. We're here to save everyone.
Jin's trying to crack the seal to unleash the spirits. He's trying to take them away, but look, Horaven, it's all really complicated and really stupid. We don't want to fight. I don't want to fight you.
Are you friends with this guy now?
Yeah, Gregor, I'm friends with Horaven. He's a big, stupid guy, but he's really nice.
Okay, see if you can get him to join us. It's been working
said-
so far.
I can feel it in this arm of mine. The hatred of the spirit folk. The hatred trapped beneath this country. The gods that are being freed right now deserve liberty. He stares pointedly at Marcus. Were it not for your treachery, this would have been easy to contain. A smooth transition.
That's not true. There were unknown factors everywhere. Jin was lying to you,
He
Horaven.
sticks the sword in the ground, placing his good arm atop it. I won't let you get near Jin. Not again.
Then at least let us help you. I don't know what he's done to you, but it's ruining you. I'm stepping forward with no hint of malice at the moment.
I'm
Please,
grinding my teeth.
Horaven, you look like you're in pain. Let us do something to help.
Lights flare to life behind Horaven, each a manifestation of a different element. You can feel the pure malice growing, Ash in particular.
Horaven, please, don't do this! I step forward as well.
Horaven stares at Ash. Ash, I thought you'd understand. The need to bridge the gap between worlds here. Jin, above all others, is necessary for that dream, for that truth. And I won't let you approach, not while you're with them. He casts his glance at Narn, Zelvada, and unfortunately Marcus. The elements rage to life around you.
I bite back some tears. I don't know what he wants, Horaven, and I don't think you do either.
And that gives you a license to kill him. To come here with assassins, blades drawn. Ash, I don't want anyone else to die today, so I'll stop you here. You're suddenly struck by a gout of water, a blast of earth. You're driven backwards.
Expecting an attack, Marcus dissipates into a cloud of mist at the first sign of Horaven's hostility. The mist courses, flows, and reforms next to him. I immediately charge an I-beam and attempt to sever his corrupted arm from his body.
Oh,
You stare down at the warped arm, magic beginning to charge in your eye. However, anticipating your move, Horaven jams that same fist directly into your face. He grabs the top of your head with that warped palm. With one motion, he throws your noodle-like body, slamming it against the wall. Nice try, Macaroni Man. I'm sorry, but I'm not holding back this time.
That is so rude.
Don't throw my friend. He's delicate.
Thank you, Gregor.
Suddenly, Zelvada dislodges himself from the back of the guard he's currently attached to. With a flicker, he suddenly vanishes and reappears in front of Horaven, swinging his blade down. I've been looking for another chance to take your head, Ban. Horaven swings the flat side of his blade upwards, overarching Zelvada down and into the ground. A cloud is produced.
Don't do that to my friend. He's delicate.
look, Gregor, I hate to say it, but you're of no use without a weapon.
I wouldn't say no use.
I step back, crouch down, and touch the ground, concentrating for a moment. I suddenly bolt upright, dragging my arm with me, a very spry branch bursting through the tile beneath me. I crack it and hand it to Gregor. Look, use this for now.
I'll try.
Is that just a stick?
It's it's a really good stick, okay? Gregor, as you grip the weapon, you feel a similar sensation to when I run a charge through you.
Oh, this is a pretty good stick. I gotta hand it to you.
It's the best I could do on such short notice. Sorry it's not a glaive.
That's okay, Ash. I know not everybody can share my passion. I turn to Horaven, brandishing my pretty good stick.
Even from here, I can recognize that as a pretty good stick, but you're going to get yourself hurt.
Horaven, I've been doing that all day.
He grits his teeth.
With his powerful stick powering up his body, Gregor runs forward, straight into Horaven's attack zone. Hey, look at me! Hey, look at me and my great stick!
Horaven stares down at you directly. You feel the weight of a mountain on your shoulders.
Seeing Gregor's bid to create an opportunity, I lurch forward, blade drawn, and attempt to skewer Horaven's foot into the ground.
Seeing your attack incoming, Horaven extends his unarmed hand. In it is a single seed of wind. It twists outwards, repelling both you and Gregor at odd angles.
I land in a heap of flower petals. and send them dancing as I skitter across.
The perfect opening, Colvin says, charging forwards.
Land in a heap of brick, tile, and blood.
His fist arcs upwards, hitting Horaven in the chin. You have a strong uppercut, kid. His face slowly slides along Colvin's fist, so he's staring down his arm.
Colvin, use message!
Oh, right, message! Horaven kicks Colvin in the lower body, sending him sliding backwards.
We may be out of our league here.
Did you say league? I happen to be the kingpin of the skeleton league, Vern says, raining down skeletons on Horaven. Well, it looks like you guys clearly have everything under control, Narn says, brushing by the wincing Colvin. But those are some powerful spirits he's channeling. I want them. Narn darts forward, striking at Horaven. Horaven struck hard in the stomach, doubling over. The skeletons raise their bone clubs and begin to beat the shit out of him. Give him the old 1-2, one of them yells to its comrade. So there is a powerful one amongst you, Horaven says, writing himself face pale. You allied yourself with that monster.
We didn't have a choice, Horaven.
And you allied yourself with him, who's a monster. Figuratively.
Horaven, nobody gets to be a hero anymore. Because nobody worked together, we're all monsters now.
Horaven raises his sword, fire running across the surface of it. However, at the mention of the word hero, he suddenly winces, doubling over, the attack going out.
I struggle to right myself in the fallen flowers and step forward towards Horaven. I was serious when I said I don't want to fight. Some part of me still believes, no matter how stupid it might be, that I don't have to draw blood here. You want to be a hero. I know that you're good. I know that you're just caught in Jin's web. There's a chance that we can make all of this right. Trust me, please. Still hoping that I can win this without a fight, I approach Horaven, weapon not ready.
Gregor clambers to his feet to the unconscious Marcus Valafi. Hey, Marcus! Marcus! I slap him on the face a couple times.
Yeah.
Here.
Hey, Gregor.
Take this pretty good stick. It'll make you feel better.
I grasp the stick. Oh, wow, this is pretty good.
You need it more than I do.
I appreciate it, Gregor.
Ash, I don't want anyone else to die. But that's why I can't let you past. I can't let them past. Power begins to glow in Horaven's good arm. Each of the elements, they fuse together. He grips his blade. I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to knock all of you down.
For a moment, I grit my teeth. Fine, but I'm still not going to give up on you. I glare at Horaven for a moment, and then glance over at Marcus, making sure to lock eyes. I motion slightly for him to move on without us.
I get the gist and give a reluctant nod to Ash.
You don't have to get knocked down like the rest of us. Go.
Okay, Gregor. I'll be waiting for you guys. Using my newfound walking stick, I struggle to my feet and begin to hobble off.
I let out an unsteady breath after seeing Marcus go on ahead, and set my mind to working on how to disarm Horaven.
The power in Horaven's sword grows. Raising himself up to his full height, he braces it, his only remaining blade, and slams it into the surface of the tile. Everything around you glows pure white. And then, an eruption. Bits of tile dislodge themselves and fly straight upwards. You feel an intense heat, pain, wind, rushing damage past you.
In a futile attempt to dodge, Gregor leaps to the side, but is still struck by the devastating attack.
In a moment, the rushing wind stops. Gregor, you open your eyes. You are well above the rise. Your comrades have been similarly flung into the air.
I really hope this is a dream.
It's not! I shout, falling.
Scattered to all sides, you hit the ground at various angles. Gregor, you impact headfirst on the metal section of the Rust clan. You're rendered immediately unconscious.
Fuck. I impact the tile hard, trying to roll, but not quite succeeding. My arm giving out a weird splunch noise as I bounce onto the mats. Oh, God! My arm! I grip my arm, which is now bending at an odd angle.
However, there is one of you that made the best of the situation. Well, two of you, actually. Zelveta lands perfectly on his hands, does a headstand, rolls to the side, grabs the skeleton club from this fellow on the ground, and wings it at Horaven, connecting with his chin, producing blood. Narn floats in the air, suspended on razor-sharp wings, and lets out an ugly chuckle. Suddenly, the area around Horaven springs to life as a barrage of miniature blasts hits the tiling. Colvin once again darts forward, this time summoning message. I'm gonna send your face a telegram it'll never forget! The form springs to life behind him, swinging downwards. An inch from Horaven's face, it stops. Wait, what's a telegram? He's hit with the sword and once again sent flying backwards. Do you know what my favorite part about necromancy is?
All of it?
The dead, yes, but the dead outnumber the living! In front of the newly summoned skeletons, Horaven strides forward, earth reshaping around his feet. He stomps one time, propelling two of them into the air, and swings his blade through the newly conjured pillars. Shards of rock impact both Colvin and Vern. Vern dives to the ground just in time. However, Colvin sustains a brutal head injury. Horaven turns upwards, staring at Narn. Ash and Narn both see the shape of an unfamiliar spirit caressing Horaven's shoulder. Wind suddenly splurges to life around him. A miniature gale forms around his blade, and he swings it upward, attempting to blow Narn off course. Suddenly, the blade-like wings behind Narn collapse. They become a falling meteor and impact Horaven.
Seeing Narn hunching atop Horaven after that meteor dive, I rush forward, running up Narn's back for a boosty.
What's a boosty? I know what a boosty is. Narn suddenly whirls around supporting your boosty.
I leap off of Narn, aiming straight up, coming down straight on Horaven, attempting to recreate Marcus's Demon's Hellbow.
With the increased power of the boosty, you fly far too high to connect with your sick-ass wrestling move. You fly slightly off course. Zelveta furrows his brow. That is way too high for a wrestling move, he says, readjusting his own position.
What?
You fly up and over Horaven. Zelveta manages to position himself directly under you, uniting his fingers into a boosty position. He physically strains, catching your weight with the additional force.
Thanks for the assist!
Boosts you back into Horaven.
I elbow Horaven right in the gut, sliding into him.
Zelveta holds up both of his hands, his fingers bending back in the wrong direction. He shakes them one time and they all snap and correct.
I said thanks.
I never dreamed of a fight this glorious. Horaven suddenly rises to his feet, throwing both you and Narn off. Even if it pains me to fight the closest friend I've made since Zeke. Thank you, Ash. Thank you for giving me a proper warrior's duel. Power begins to once again congeal in his sword, all four elements coming together. You sense the power of four great spirits behind this attack.
Fuck.
Yes, it's time for you to witness the shape of my truth. The true union between human and spirit. Eat this particularly strong attack! He raises the blade over his head and then pauses. An ugly grinding sound, followed by one thump after the other, comes from the direction of the white gold gate. With one shuddering step after the other, wanders the strongest man alive, dragging his sword across the ground. His face twisted in pain. Horaven, special attack still charging over his head, stops for a moment. You're supposed to be dead. Jin and I killed you.
What? You tried to kill Kier? I clench my one fist. Now I'm definitely going to beat you into submission.
Kier looks across the devastation in front of him, at all the scattered piles of skeletons, at the horrific state that everyone's in, and finally locks eyes with you, Ash. Ash, that's enough. We've been through enough today. He stares at Horaven, looks at all the power swirling around, looks back to Ash.
And yet the day isn't over, Kier.
The day's over for me. I don't want anybody else to die. Colvin steps out of his way, allowing the limping man to pass. His left arm sort of twitches at his side. He leaves a line across the ground as he drags his sword. Ash is right. The day isn't done. The spirits have yet to find their justice. And for that, I have to... Oh, shut up. Kier swings his sword down, clattering it on the ground in front of him. Spirit this, spirit that. All this goddamn self-importance in this country. I got caught up in it. It almost killed me. But let me tell you, at the end of the day, there's only one type of spirit that matters. And it's the type of spirit that lets me do my job, Kier says, pulling a bottle free from his pack. Ash, you'd recognize the smell wafting from that anywhere. Except in this case, it's strong. Far stronger than it has any right to be. You feel like you're getting contact drunk just from seeing the bottle. Fog apple extract, quadruple strength, just made for this shit, Kier says. He throws it high into the air, the technomaw gaping wide. It slams shut. Suddenly, the great loudners on the back of Kier's sword stop their sputtering. A calm and soothing mist spreads from within the sword. Oh, that's actually, that's rather nice. Colvin stares down at his hands, opening and shutting them. Something ignites deep within the blade, and the mist spreads rapidly.
Whoa.
Vapors twist and shape themselves around your legs, Ash. You're reminded of a myth you heard a long time ago about the Shrouded Isles and the wonderful effects of brewing there. You feel strangely at home, at peace.
I knew I could have used a drink.
Horaven stares down at the energies coalescing around his body, the spirits that are granting him strength. This power. You're a paladin too? What? I'm drunk right now, Kier says, staring his head in the face. He braces the sword against his shoulder. Not a paladin. I'm a spirit I'm gonna be sick. It's over for a second. No matter. Then I'll strike you with the full power of... Wait a second. The spirits have passed out. What did you do to them?
As he says that, I step forward and deck him in the stomach.
Ash, duck!
Ah!
With a quick thwip, an arrow strikes Horaven. Several more strike Horaven and the general area around him.
Horaven reaches down, gripping his wounds.
Gregor emerges from the depths of the Rust Clan, hefting a sack full of weapons. Sorry to keep you waiting. It was hard to choose.
I step forward, grab Horaven by the collar, and yank him down. I told you that we'd beat you into submission, and when you wake up, we're gonna do some talking.
Suddenly, the elements flare to life behind him. More spirits than you can count. All those that Horaven has made friends with. Ash! Oh, no, you don't, Kier says, swinging his sword up, miscoagulating around it. The slice passes straight through you and Horaven both.
Whoa!
You notice no blade is behind it, merely the rush of air, drunkening air.
Here, I don't understand your strategy, but I like it.
Kier spins his sword around and places it in the ground. Spirits and humans get drunk on different things. And that, Kier motions behind Horaven. You notice the summoned spirits are all wandering around, thumping into each other, drunk out of their minds. That is some spirit drunkening fog apple extract right there.
Wow, Kier. I'm
Oh
impressed.
yeah, you were like in the middle of something?
Oh yeah! I headbutt Horaven, knocking him unconscious.
Whoa, let's shake on it.
I go to shake Kier's hand, but my limp arm flops, and I say, "Oh wait, hold on, conga shake."
I got one of those too.
Yeah, here. Man, we are not in good shape.
Why the arms? Why does it always look even his arm's messed up?
I don't know. I shake Kier's arm backwards, and I pull him in for a hug. And you missed out on one of these when you weren't here.
Bring it in, everybody.
Kier looks up. You notice his left eye is far hazier than his right. Oh, I'm gonna want to turn off this. Kier just kicks the side of his sword. It stops spewing mists. I realize Horaven's, like, better than me at everything. Except for one, making things. Kier kicks the sword again and starts spewing mist. Oh no. He kicks it again. And two, his friends don't headbutt as good as mine. He collapses on top of you, Ash.
Okay. I gently set Kier down on the ground.
I'm so glad you're okay.
I'm glad you're okay too, Kier. I pat Kier and stare worriedly at his hazy eye as he fades out of consciousness.
I take his cape and tuck him in with it.
I briefly check his pulse to make sure he's still alive.
He's still 100% alive. His sword angrily clacks at you.
Ouch, shut up, you're weird. Okay, look. I don't feel good leaving these two here by themselves. Who do we trust to watch over them?
Vern!
Yes, I am extremely trustworthy! Yes. Wow, that's actually rather shocking. No, what do you think, I'm an idiot? Look, I know how love, romance, and reproduction work. I'm just impressed by how enlightened you are. Frankly, mankind can stand to be so forward-thinking.